Not bad, not bad, man. Last
There
race
you
before the chase. I'm
go.
excited to get that chase grid finalized and get us a champion. Yes, we do. He let us know before the race. He was gonna pick Calvin. Good old 28. Gonna be his boy tonight, and hopefully that gets him some good points. I know you guys need him. Looks like drivers are on the track. They got about seven and a half minutes of qualifying left. I already see a car up in smoke, so that's gonna be his qualifying session done.
Mine.
Yeah, and unfortunately the 72 did not get a lap. I don't believe he got a lap posted. I know his previous lap was 24.02, but if he had hit the wall during that lap, might not count for his qualifying time. So we'll have to see what happens as we go through the qualifying session. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how what lap these guys really use to get their quick time. I know that guys are talking about tire fall off pretty hard in practice, so these cars probably want to get out there, maybe do 1-2 laps posted time, and that might be all she wrote with the way that the tires do fall off here. Yeah, Nate's he's really refined his game when it comes to qualifying. He's always been quick first couple laps, but he's always have to been careful about ruining his car with this new qualifying format that we got running. He's getting much better at it. He can turn that quick lap and keep his car clean, so he'll be happy with that 21.725 for sure. No, for sure. You know, anywhere in the top half, I think, is going to be where you want to be at Rockingham. It can be a tight track. I think these guys are going to have to really race smart when we get under green here and try and give each other room. Being as bumpy as it is, and there's a bunch of different lines. Like, we're going to see guys running up near the wall. We're going to see guys running low. These guys are really going to have to race smart. We do have a lengthy race here tonight. Yeah, Chris Sharp, he's sitting up in fourth place right now. He's got a 21.825. Again, trying to turn a couple more laps. This will be his 6th lap under qualifying, so I don't think he's going to improve that time much from here unless he just has a miracle of a lap. But anytime you get out there and get some practice laps, it's probably a good thing. Yeah, you can see if you look at our map on Twitch here, you got a whole bunch of cars stopped around the track, and that's because the new rule that we've implemented where these guys have to leave their box within the first 30 seconds and then they're not allowed to return to their box to get a quick repair. It's just to prevent everybody from resetting their cars during qualifying. But we see some interesting guys sitting, because I think these guys were originally they were going to go and sit outside pit lane, and then they thought, hey, if a car gets loose off of 4, comes in, they could ruin my qualifying session before it even starts. So you got guys sitting different places around the track where they think they can keep that car clean. Yeah, he's definitely turned the most laps of anybody on the track right now. 11 laps, turning his 12th right now. But yeah, you're right. He's turned almost 3 times more laps than the average driver.
Mike Bear.
Yeah, we got league newcomer Mark Bratcher in the 946. Right now, sitting in second place with that quick qualifying time. It's good to see some rookies, up in the top 5. See how he does tonight during the race. We should mention this is our second sponsored race of the season. We are running the Sim Racing Setup Analyzer 150. They've come on board. They've offered a couple keys to the winners of this race. So I'm excited to have them on board, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about their product later in the race. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This product here is really aimed a little bit higher end. The guys that take it a little bit more seriously and want to really analyze their corner entries, and it can kind of help you get that extra speed, and it might educate you onto where you're slow and where you can improve your corners. And it works on road courses and oval courses. It's actually a pretty cool product. We got about a minute 40 left in qualifying right now. The top 5 as they sit: Nate LaFleur, Mark Bratcher, James Skelton, John Fershing Jr., and Chris Sharp running at the top 5. We'll see if they can hold on to those positions. Yeah, Mike, he's definitely he's always been strong, and he kind of likes to wait to the end to come out. And same with Calvin Allison, and Calvin just jumped up to 6th, or he's been in 6th for a while now. But these guys typically wait, let the pack kind of make their qualifying attempts, and then come out afterwards. Yeah, and that said, we got 3 cars that did not turn a lap. Ricky Goodman, Josh Buckley, and Bruce Potter. I don't know if they were involved in that incident early on, but it's not like Josh to not run a lap, so these guys could be upset before the race even starts here.
Still at lap 8, Mark, James.
And with that, that's the checker flag. That's going to set our lineup here as these cars get woed down and reset, and we'll be off to racing here real soon.
I think Ricky won tonight, for qualifying.
Yeah, y'all are flying around this track.
Well, with that, I think we need to pick our drivers. I know Dustin picked the 28 of Calvin Elson. Jamie, who are you going with, bud? I think I'm gonna go with the 86 of James Skelton. I think he's due for a win here. Yeah, I'm still comfortably out front. I would say 20 points. That's okay, boys. There's always next year. No worries about that. And with that, it looks like we're going green. Yeah, the back of the pack looked like they got jumbled up there. The front cars have kind of spread out. Looks like Nate has definitely put a little bit of gap on the field there. Yeah, I know. We had a drivers' meeting when we talked about this track and how it can be bumpy and these cars can be a little tight, and with no heat in these tires, the splitters are really going to kind of jam going into the corners. So these guys probably wanted to play it safe, get spread out, get single file here, and now they're going to start warming up those tires and maybe thinking about getting up to the front. And James just kind of drove under them too. They got a really good battle going up here for 1-2. Yeah, it's good to see a driver come out and race real hard and clean, and these guys go make those passes like that on their first week. That's exciting. I want to see where he ends up here near the end, as we got the first 5 or 6 cars kind of spread out here. Yeah, well, he probably doesn't know about your jigs yet, so you might be okay with picking him. Look, back in the field, we got Mike Abbott and William Long going hard side by side here as Mike tries to drive underneath the 911.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
See if I can take a look. Yep, looks like the 555 got hard up into the wall, collected the 904 of Jordan Beck, and that looks like it ruined. Gonna take those cars out of the field for now. The 555 running into turn 3, I believe. No, turn 1. Yeah, Josh Buckley just able to get through that. A little bit. Jamie, I think you got to take a check on your mic there. I got some Twitch chat followers saying that they don't hear you on the broadcast. Did you get it fixed? It's that push to talk button, isn't it? No, they still don't have you on the broadcast. It's probably your Twitch push to talk button.
Well, so hopefully that takes care of it.
I'll tell you in about 10 seconds.
Green flag, green flag.
Yep, you're on the broadcast now. I think we're good to go as we go back to green.
Gonna have to bear with me here for a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, back to green and right back into the action is Calvin Allison. Looks like he's taken over that lead.
Yeah, he's definitely opened up a couple car lengths over Mike Abbott in second place. Mark and Raymond Edge racing pretty hard there for third and fourth place. James Skelton just behind looking at that battle as well.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a little bit of damage there on the 72 on that rear spoiler. I don't know how much that's affecting him. I don't know if he got it taken care of during pit stops or not, but he definitely looks like he's not running at the same speed as these other guys.
Yeah, it's definitely pushed in there. Like maybe he just got a little bit of rear end contact there. I wonder if we can find the other car that would have some front end damage to match.
Yeah, and you know, and now taking a look at Raymond, he's under pressure now with the 13 of Jonas Hankins right behind him, as well as John Frischman Jr. and Nate Winslow. So he's either got to get that car fixed or find a better line around the track.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have his hands full here as he, he's good at keeping it high, but as Nate, really slides up behind the 72 there.
Yeah, that was a lot of give there by LaFleur. So. Just checking up front with Calvin. Looks like he's still able to maintain about a 0.3 of a second lead over Mike Abbott in that 82. Good showing by both of those guys tonight. As we go on board here with Calvin around the track, looks like he's just, playing with the throttle a little bit. He's also working that steering wheel. Looks like he's a little early off into the corner. It usually makes for a great exit with carrying a lot of speed, and looks like he's being able to leverage that as he's opened up that gap from 0.3 to 0.7 over Abbott. So.
Yeah, if there's anything that I could say about the 28 is he, gets into a rhythm. He's going to be super consistent, and as fast as he is, I think he's pretty good at managing his tires. So, right now he is running almost the fastest laps on the track. James Skelton, his last lap was a little bit quicker there. So, we'll see. Maybe James gets around Mike here and might be able to challenge.
Yeah, Mike looks like he's got plenty of company there.
Oh,
and it
Mike gets a little loose. Oh, it doesn't save it.
Yeah, he doesn't
All right,
save
man,
it.
caution
And,
is out. Caution
doesn't
is
look like
out.
a whole lot of damage. Hopefully people stay out of him there.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little bit of arrow loose there with James right on his rear. There was no contact there that I saw. Just you take the air off that spoiler, and it just lifts that back end off. And he did have some right quarter panel damage into that wall, but it might not be too bad.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it in qualifying how loose he was coming out of 4, and sure enough, he had somebody behind him, and he got loose. So let's see if we can get a replay of that real quick. So here we go. James Skelton's right behind him, and they don't touch or anything. It just took the air off the car. And, Mike just trying to get out of the gas, coming out of that corner. The back end just gets loose and comes around. So it doesn't look like a whole lot of damage there as he's able to collect it and keep going.
Yeah, Mike almost had it saved. Just a little bit of overcorrection there and turned it back the other way, but he almost had it picked up there.
As we see him come into the pits now, he's headed to the box and see if he's got any damage that he needs to take care of as a result. Now this is a pretty long pit road here, Mike. It's a long ways down there. You gotta mind your speed. And we haven't seen these guys come in under green flag conditions, but that's also got to play into it here if the race finds itself under some green flag laps.
So we got a couple drivers staying out. Should be interesting to see how it goes when we get back to green. But we got the 900 of Brian Wynn right now out front with Keith Haney on the inside, Joshua Buckley behind him, and then Calvin Allison in fourth. I think the top 3 drivers stayed out.
Yeah, and I noticed Jonas Hankins actually stayed out. I believe he led a lap there, maybe just trying to get a quick bonus point.
Yeah, it's a smart, long-thinking race in there. That's going to come into play next season, I think, when we have we got to be thinking about a championship full year. Those extra points are definitely going to count.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we haven't seen Brian Wynn up front all evening. This is his first time up there. He's probably got 4 fresh ones on there. Actually, he may not. I see his last pit time was only about 9.5 seconds. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe right sides. Is that how he got out front?
I don't know if he even pit. I think that might be from, he's only pit once, and the top 4 drivers only pit once, and everybody behind them pit twice. So I think that's 2 tires from the last stop.
Wow, that could prove to be dangerous.
And Keith Haney, I don't know what your pit time reads, but I have him as a 0.7 second stop, and I don't know if that's right or not.
No, I got him at 11.4.
Okay.
So we should be going green here.
Yeah, we will be going green this time by, and we'll see. This should be a really interesting stop. We'll have to watch, or really interesting start. We'll have to watch the 2 and the 28 and see how they can manage their lines while dealing with these slow cars in front of them. But I don't think they're slow necessarily. Everyone in the top 4 is on the same pit strategy here.
Green flag,
There we
green
go,
flag.
and we got a green flag, and looks like they both get a really good start there. Nobody spun the tires. But Brian Wynn just slow as they check up behind him. Ouch.
And that's that's going to really accordion the field. They're all kind of stuck behind him here. This is where we see patience from drivers goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brian tries to get out of the way there until he can get up to speed and takes that outside line, but he's getting freight trained underneath. Keith Haney now current leader, but he's really under pressure by the 28.
Yeah, just a little tap there, a little bit of a I'm here, I'm coming by, and just upset the car, and Calvin drives on underneath him.
Yeah, that was really close. I have a feeling Kelvin may want to win another one here, as we see Keith Haney getting passed again.
Well, James is the first car on on a pit stop when he changed 4 tires just 2 laps ago. So he's got the freshest tires on the top 5 drivers right now, and he's turning faster laps than the leader. So let's see how this goes. They're going to be fighting for that first place position, I think, in a lap and a half.
Yeah, and James looks pretty fast out there. You know, I'm seeing him use that low line, just letting the car float up out of 4. You know, let the car do the work down in that corner. Yeah, Calvin's definitely taking a little bit higher line. It's almost like a little bit of a diamond there in the corner. So sure. Let's see if that works to James's advantage, as James is pulling in and up to our leader.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
James, that last lap was. Oh, we do have a caution.
Ooh, that looks about 3 or 4 cars there with Dan Haney, Jeff File, Raymond Edge, and Jordan Beck. All looks like they're involved. So, well, let's see if we can go. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like 82 gets into the rear of the 8, so pushes them up into the wall there.
Oh, and their teammates.
Yeah, that's they're gonna be talking about that one in the trailer tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's what. Wow, I'm a little shocked by what I just seen there. Normally those guys are fighting and racing always clean. Obviously being teammates, but we can see what the the need to get into the chase does. Let's go back and check that out one more time.
Yeah, I don't know if the 82 just had a crazy hot run there, and the 8 was maybe a little bit different line, but
yeah, they definitely weren't in sync. I don't know if they had the team radios going or not, but that was some definite miscommunication there.
yeah, I'd have never guessed those two as teammates.
Well, let's see if we can watch it one more time. Let's go with Cockpit Inside with Mike Abbott. Ooh. Yeah, that didn't look good. Try one more time.
Yeah, I think that was just a miscommunication between those two boys. I don't think there'll be any hard feelings there. Maybe just a little bit of talking after the race, or they're probably talking right now, to be honest. But that's unfortunate because I think that's going to put Mike out of the race. I don't think he'll have a quick repair. Looks like these guys are about to go back to green as these cars get double file or on the back stretch right now. Guys got to settle down a bit. We've had a couple of cautions here. We're at lap 31 of 150. It's going to be a long race if these guys don't settle it down.
Yeah, I would agree. Just taking a look at it from the blimp view here, as waiting to see that pace car come off. It looks like the lights are still on, so it looks like we got one more lap before we go around. So, talking about Mike, let's see where he was at in the point standings. So we got the point standings up here. You know, Brent Rogers currently sitting in the 11th in points, so he can't afford to have any issues. And Mike Abbott currently sitting in 18th. I don't know if he was looking for a big jump here. I mean, there's a lot on the line. I mean, if he's not in the chase, he's out, obviously. But yeah, hopefully they can get it sorted out.
Yeah, that's you know, we've really got about 10 drivers fighting for 4 positions right now. These guys really got to think smart here if they want to get into that chase. The way it is right now, everything's pretty close.
Absolutely. As they get ready to go green.
Green flag, green flag.
Nice jump there by Allison as he takes the green flag. He's able to get out there, choose the line he wants going into one.
Look at that, Mark Bratcher back up into 4th place, and he's looking to get around these cars in front of him as well.
Yeah, that 946 looks really fast as he's sort of got Chris Sharp to the inside.
Bit of a moment there, but got collected.
Yeah, he got collected. It actually kind of looked like it threw him off a little bit. He looked like he checked up, slowed up a little bit as we see Hankins get around him. And now Josh Buckley looking for the inside. So, Mike, do you think the low line is where you want to be? Because he looks like he's getting freight trained right now, riding that outside line.
Yeah, whoa boy. I don't know. I think you're by yourself. I think I like the high line, but the low line definitely looks quicker right now. Oh,
Yeah,
All right, man.
Mark
Caution is out.
Ratcher
Caution is out.
into I believe it was Chris Sharp. That was not good.
yeah, that was on a straightaway. That's a tough one to look at right there.
So Bratcher running that Toyota Jeff Gordon paint scheme. I've never known Jeff to drive a Toyota, but that's interesting. Let's rewind here real quick and see what happened from Mark's point of view. Just in there tight, a lot of gas. I'm starting to think he didn't know where that right front was. Let's take another look.
Yeah, it just climbed. Looked like there was some rubber to rubber contact there, and that you can see that front end just lifts up like it
Yeah.
climbs the wheel. Yeah, I don't think there was any intent there, even though those guys were racing pretty hard. But I think it looked real bad from outside the car. Inside the car, I get it.
Ooh, yeah, and Chris Sharp gets into the wall and gets into somebody else there. He's got some pretty substantial damage. Back end looks pretty tore up, and I'm not really sure who he hit either. And I don't know if he's used his quick repair, but he definitely doesn't have the damage fixed on that vehicle. So he looks like he's going to sit there and get it pounded out. Hopefully he can get back out there and back into the race. So just real quick here, while we're under caution, we'll go ahead and take a look at the league websites. Currently, you know, if you go to www.navscar.com or redlightleague.com, you know, we run races Monday and Wednesday nights. NAVSCAR runs on Monday, Red Light runs on Wednesday. I'm sorry. Red Light runs on Monday and NAVSCAR obviously runs on Wednesday, so my apologies there. But both are very close and similar. A lot of the same guys race in both. If you're interested in what you see, go ahead and check out the webpage, fill out a league application at both. You can see the league application there in the menu And go ahead and fill one of those out. One of the admins will get back to you, and they'll get you squared away.
Yeah, they started their chase too. We both, with that, we're starting our chases. I don't know if they still recruit during their chase or not. I know we kind of put a hiatus on it after this race, but we'll be back into running these things and accepting new applications in about a month. So that doesn't stop you guys from applying. We can definitely take a waiting list, and as we get through the chase, we'll get people into the league.
Yeah, and absolutely. And right now, we'll just take a look at the schedule as well while we're here. As we're getting ready to go green, but as you can see, we got 4 races in the chase. So next week we're going to Chicagoland, then Daytona, which I'm excited about. I plan on being there. Auto Club and Homestead. So
yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully, I can get my broadcast stuff sorted out by Daytona, or you're going to be broadcasting from in the car. That'll be fun.
yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm really excited about it. Gonna do a little Michael Wall trip. So
Sounds good.
So let's do it a little bit different this time as we get ready to go green. Let's start in the back. We're going to ride with Josh Buckley and go in-car with him. Going in-car with Josh Buckley on this one.
That could be fun as we get the green flag.
Josh really slow going through the gears there, taking his time. I don't believe he's been involved in anything up to this point, has he?
I don't think so, but he knows that, he's fighting for a chase right now, and watching these guys kind of take themselves out, might be a smart move.
But being only a mile track, I mean, we are putting some laps down quick here. We're already on lap 41. Almost getting to that point where we're halfway in the race. But yeah, definitely taking his time as working on traffic. But what's interesting too, Mike, is we're on board here with Josh. You noticed how quickly he came up to that car, and just looking at the view from inside the cockpit there, it is hard to tell, where that car, I mean, how much room do you actually have between your right front and their left rear quarter panel?
Yeah, that's where, 3 monitors can kind of really make a difference for these guys. It's a huge advantage to be able to look to the right and see that front end, but, it's tough either way.
Yeah, as we've just seen a puff of smoke there in Josh, and he made him check up a little bit, and it always makes you a little bit nervous when you start seeing smoke in front of you.
Yeah, he's playing super defensive right now. I can't say I blame him where he is in the points. He's not locked in. I don't believe he's locked in. I don't think he has a win this season.
Oh, that was some real tight racing there with Dan Haney and who else was that? Oh, and Raymond Edge in the 72. That was some real close racing there. Mark Bratcher involved in that too.
Yeah, Dan's kind of just staying on the outside, let a whole bunch of cars there around him, but now that these guys have got some track, they might spread out a bit. Got some good racing going on front for 8th and 9th as well. Or I guess that's 82, he's probably... Oh, he's up to 6th. Mike is back up to 6th, that's good to see.
Looked like we seen Dan Haney, Keith Haney into the wall there as we were just watching that, but...
Yeah, I think you're right, as he's, he's got his handful on the shoulder there, but trying to get out of the way and get it back up to speed.
Yeah, Keith has had some a pretty decent lap around the track. He's obviously was in first there and fell off with those older tires, but we'll see if he can make his way back around. He's not doing too bad. He's currently sitting in 10th.
Yeah, Nelson's looks a little bit slow too, as the Mike drives underneath him, and right now William Long, I believe, is just past him as well. The 72 and Jonas have a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, Raymond's been finding other cars here this evening as he almost gets into him again. Wow, that was close. These guys are just checking up in weird spots on the track, which leads me to believe that the car is pushing and they're letting up when they're in the corner.
No, for sure. I from talking to the guys earlier, this is a pretty tight setup. So these cars are definitely pushing to the outside, and you know, you kind of gotta let off if you're nervous about it. You don't want to run up into the wall. But then you got a car behind you that's upsetting the car as well, so you gotta be real careful. As the 13 and the 17 is still battling here.
Yeah, and it always makes me nervous as the 72s. I mean, he's given Hankins some room, but you know that's one of the bigger fears running on that lower line, especially when your car's already starting to push. Oh, as we see.
Wow.
Yeah, edge into the back of Haney there. Again, it's getting interesting out there.
Yeah, your car's running so many different lines that you gotta manage it. You gotta make sure that you're. Oh, as Hankins kind of loses it, but looks like he collected it, no caution.
As you were saying that, we were just checking in on Mike King. You know, Mike, we haven't heard too much from him. He started real strong. You know, he is doing well. Not to take anything away from him, but currently in 16th. I was kind of expecting him to be a little bit faster in tonight's race.
Yeah, Mike King he's new to the league, correct? I don't have much knowledge of him as a racer on the track, so.
Yeah, he's been with us for a little while, but you know he's when he has shown up and been with us, he's always ran fast, and you know he's just one to keep an eye on. But kind of like what you said earlier too, I mean some of these guys maybe just kind of letting the laps tick off here and run under green, which may be advantageous to them, maybe not. I guess it all depends, you know. But I think if we're going to stay under green here, it's going to be interesting when we get to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, you can't forget about those. I think you know it's one thing about having 4 cautions real quick, 5 cautions real quick. These guys come in at a leisurely pace, get some new tires, but you know this is probably the longest green flag run we've had so far. These tires are going to start dropping off, and these cars are going to become a little bit more of a handful. So. It should get interesting to see how these guys deal with it. And you can see the pack of Raymond Edge, Keith, Mark, and Josh. They're kind of running all the same pace here.
Which is, yeah, and, you know, talk about that pace. We're looking at Calvin Allison now, and he ran a 22.447. He is the fastest car out on the track right now.
Yeah, with that said, though, everyone's pretty close. All within 0.02 of a second almost. Or, sorry, 0.2 of a second. Everyone's running pretty consistently at 22 and change.
Check in on James Skeleton right behind him. He'd like to see that gap get a little bit closer, but you know, at this point, he may be just content riding in second. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of pressure by John Frisching Jr. currently running in third. So as long as they're content to running single file, they may be able to even put a couple of these cars down a lap.
Yeah, looking by your track map there, you can see that these guys are, you know, half a turn away from putting some cars a lap down, so we could be talking about that pretty soon.
Well, let's take a look at Will Long. You know, Will has had some computer issues up to this point as he gets into the back of the 81 just barely. I thought Nate LaFleur was going to go around for sure, but let's go ride in the cockpit here with Will Long. But glad to see him back out on the track. Like I said, we knew that he was having some computer issues there. He got the equipment taken care of, so as a result, we see him back out on the track. So good thing to see. Will is definitely more aggressive in that corner than Nate is, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a different line. He's definitely diving in a little bit harder than Nate. And that you can do that for sure here. I think that if you'll find that you kind of wear that right front tire a little bit harder than you want to by doing that. As he's looking on the inside here, going into one.
Yeah, and I think it looked like Nate thought about it.
Yeah, and Will got a little loose there. It just shows the different line how Nate has the speed on exit.
Yep. And it looks like Mike Abbott's able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Picks up 2 positions there pretty easily.
So you think, are you aware of any of the guys running the setup analyzer software, Mike?
I know a couple guys do. I know Raymond does for sure. I think Calvin does. And a lot of these guys do run it for their road courses. It kind of helps them, you know, make their lines and set up, and shows them their intervals and stuff and where they can really improve. But they do have an oval portion of that program as well. And will definitely help you build different lines and know your braking points and where you're losing speed versus other people and such. So everybody I know that runs it talks really, really well about it. I haven't had a chance to play with it myself yet, but I'm sure whoever does win this key tonight will be excited to use it, and I'm sure it'll help their racing game.
Well, absolutely, and hopefully if the 72, we're checking him out right now, but if he's able to capitalize utilizing that software, I'm sure the sponsor would love that.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm pretty sure Calvin, as he's dropping back, I wonder what happened there. Did he pit? He did pit. Calvin Allison in the pits.
Maybe a little bit earlier, and you were just talking about it. And it's interesting that you mentioned that, because he seems to know what's going on the track almost at all times. He's got that fuel mileage down to a T. I mean, he's taking the exact gallons. He's not doing there are times when he's not doing a complete refill, and he's saving time out on the track. As we just see him look like a splash of gas there.
Yeah, he must have got tires too, did he not?
Hey, I think he might have got right sides. I got him down for an 8.8 second pit.
Yeah, he probably got some right side tires there. You're right. He absolutely knows his windows. He's not pitting by mistake. I wouldn't call him early. He might be early versus everybody else, but he knows how many stops it's going to take. And the faster he comes in now, and he's got some decent tires here, he's going to be turning laps quicker than everybody else. And he'll make up some time on the track. When they come in, he'll be a little bit gapped out in front. The only thing he's got to hope that does not happen is a caution comes out before everybody else starts to pit.
Yeah, let's see what his lap time is here compared to everybody else as he comes out of 22.447. So he is about a second faster than the majority of the cars out there. He's rocketing right now.
Yeah, and every lap, you got to think, every lap that he turns where these guys don't come out, that's time he's going to pick up when they come in. I think where he's going to force people to come in, though, I think we'll see people coming in here real soon.
Well, with that being said, then let's go ahead and peek on John Fershing Jr. up front, currently running in second place, just behind James Skeleton. So, to your point, these guys have got a pit here soon, so it'll be interesting to see when that is. As I just noticed a car without the front end on it. Who is that? It looks like Jeff Vile. Or is it... I'm not sure who that is. Do you know who that is? In front of...
I didn't see. In front of who? John?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the 939, so that would be, or maybe 959.
Yeah, it's the 959.
Yeah, 950. Bruce Potter, yeah.
Still making it work, though. You got to hand it to him. He had the guys just cut the nose off of the car, do what they had to do, and get back out there, log some laps.
Yeah, he's running 23.3s, and second place is running 23.0s. So, he's not terribly off the pace. That car does look like looks like something.
Yeah, James Skeleton. As we take a look at our leader, he's still out there turning laps, and he's got to be looking to pit here soon. But with that being said, now that I think about it, because can they make it? Can Calvin make it on gas? With that?
No, I don't believe so. I don't know how many laps for a fuel run, but there's no way it's 80 laps. I think it's a 40-lap fuel run.
Calvin's just being kind of tricky out there. It's, you never know what that guy's doing.
Yeah, he's still running, but Calvin right now is running 22.4s, and the leader ran a 22.8, so he's still half a second quicker than the leader.
So I'm taking a look at Brent Rogers here. He's currently scored about 3 laps down. Hasn't quite recovered since that incident with his teammate. The car looks good. Just lost some laps. I don't know if he had to get towed there or what.
Yeah, I assume he had to tow. With the way that his car looks, it looks perfect, so it probably did have to tow there.
He's got a lot of space between him and the other cars, so looks like he's coming in.
946 is in as well.
Yeah, he put that 8 car down on the apron back in 3. That was pretty early.
Well, he knows his lap's down. He probably doesn't want to get in anyone's way slowing down.
Just check in on our leader here real quick. James Skeleton's still out there. just cranking those laps out. So
Yeah, right now the field is,
Here he
there's only
comes.
5, yeah, there he comes, yeah. I was gonna say, there's only 5 cars on the lead lap right now.
you know, but James is out there doing what he's supposed to be doing. I mean, he's out there running his race and trying to put these guys down as much as he can. Hopefully, it works out to his advantage. I'll be
All right,
interested.
man, caution is
Oh,
out.
and
Oh.
caution! I don't know if he was across the line.
Yeah, he might just roll through here. If he rolls through, that'll be good for him, because there's only 5 cars on the lead lap. He does roll through. Smart driving right there.
Yeah, that was good on him to get back out of there. So let's see if we can find what caused that incident.
Yeah, I'm looking. Can't find it yet here.
Yeah, I have. Oh, it's right in front of Raymond here. Let's see if we can pick up that car that was smoking. I seen somebody smoking.
Yeah, I can't see it. I didn't find it.
I almost have it. Let's try it one more time.
Will be interesting to see how this plays out. I think we're going to see most of the field stuck a lap down here.
So we're riding on board with Raymond Edge here, and there's somebody definitely off to the side. Look like the 32.
I don't think we have a 32. Let me see if I can figure that out. I'll jump up and ask these guys. Alright, looks like Josh has told me that the 82 may have spun with a little bit of help from himself. Let's see if we can...
You don't say.
There it is, yeah. So the 82 and the 2, looks like the 82 gets a little bit loose, coming off of... I don't know, they're going maybe off of 2 here. Yeah, 82 hits the shoulder, gets loose, and then the 2 can't check it up in time and helps him around. But yeah, it's not the 2's fault on that one. That was definitely just a bad placement.
Alright, here we go. Josh Buckley just right behind the 82. 82 gets down on that low line, and yeah, it's just a little bit slower and gets a little bump. So
Yeah, I think the 82 tagged the shoulder there just a little bit, and that's really upset the car. Started him in that slide, and then the 2 just finished them off for sure. Looks like lights are off. These guys are getting 2x2 here. We're going to be going back to green. Got some new drivers up front here. Kevin Cochran and Raymond Edge on the front row here. Calvin Allison, Keith Haney, second row. Ricky Goodman and James Skelton, third row.
Well, I think Raymond's happy to be up there, but he's got some very, very fast cars, and I'm hoping that the bumping that they were doing, they were banging doors there for a little while.
Green
Hope that goes
flag,
away
green
as
flag.
we go on to go green, and good jump here by Raymond Edge.
Yeah, good jump by Raymond Edge. Looks like the 4 didn't get off to the start. We got 3 wide going into 1 here. Got to remember now, top 6 cars are on the lead lap. Everyone else is a lap down. The first car lap down right now is the 946 of Mark Bratcher. He's going to be racing hard to try and get his lap back.
Well, we do know he's gotten speed, so
All right, man.
But yeah, that's for
caution
sure.
is
That's the
out,
caution out.
looks like Chris Sharp's involved there.
Yeah, cautions, definitely big cautions. Look like the 81 possibly. Yeah, it looks like the 4 is real slow up high, and then they just kind of bunch up.
Yeah, 4 slow, and Chris Sharp does what he can, and then you got LaFleur in there too, and I mean everybody's in the gas, but trying to do what they can to avoid it. But that just an unfortunate racing incident there. I'm not really sure why the 4 didn't come up to speed, or why he was having an issue there.
Yeah, it looked like he couldn't decide where he wanted to go. He was up high, then in the middle, then up high. It's that's unfortunate for the 4 car.
And that really throws you off too when you got a car that's a little bit slower, because are you thinking to yourself, do I give it gas? Do I hit the brakes? Do I try to go low and hope that nobody's there? It's always makes for interesting driving.
Yeah, you can totally see Chris Sharp too if you ride on board with him. He thinks he's going to go, like the 4's going high, so he's going to go low, make it 3 wide, and then the 4 comes down a little bit, and he gets off, and the 81 runs over him. That's a tough one.
Yeah, we were on board with Chris Sharp here, and I mean he just comes off the gas, and as a result, LaFleur's just, I believe he's still in it, and just gets into him. Now, I believe that's, we're sitting in the car with Chris Sharp. I believe this is his second or third incident that he's been in this evening. I believe he's out of quick repairs, and we see the damage being fixed attempted to be fixed as he's heading back out.
With that caution, though, the 946 gets his lap back. He was the lucky dog, so he'll be on the tail end of the lead lap. Ricky Goodman is there with him. Ricky Goodman was able to keep on the lead lap.
Yeah, and that's always good to see.
Get some practice to get to try it again, but he should be on the back of the pack this time, so might not be as nerve-wracking for him.
Now we still got guys coming in for repairs and maybe some more fuel. Want to top it off here real quick? Play a little fuel strategy?
Could be. We're at lap 85 of 150 of what my math says. We have 65 laps to go. Still think we gotta stop again here, but it doesn't hurt to get some repairs done, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we got a little time, let's go ahead and take a look at those supporters page. We've got a lot of people supporting us doing what we're doing here, Mike. You know better than anyone of whether it's a driver or it's a corporate sponsor that's helping us here. We've got a lot of people that are making these broadcasts and these racing series possible. So we'd like to definitely give them a thanks tonight. We definitely want to obviously call out Sim Racing Setup Analyzer tonight. I mean, it's great for them to come on board, and if you haven't tried out the software, definitely go out and do it. It means a lot for them to be able to sponsor a race for us.
Yeah, for sure. I think all the equipment that we use, all the programs that we use as racers and as broadcasters, they definitely go a long way in helping us provide the experience that we do for our guys here. So, yeah, Sim Racing Setup Analyzer. If you have some extra time, you want to try them out. I believe they do offer a demo on their website. Check them out, get that downloaded, and if you like it, throw them some money. And thanks for everybody that have stepped up and thrown us donations today. We did get a donation from Nelson Rivera as well. So I want to say thanks to those guys, and yeah, we're looking forward to running again next season.
Yeah, and James Skelton. So really appreciate that, guys.
Yes, sir.
So Keith Haney finds himself in the second position here, and if I'm not mistaken, has Raymond Edge chosen the Highline on the restart?
I don't know who is. I guess Edge. I don't know who is actually scheduled in first or whose position is first, but
Edge is
with
definitely
that,
the leader.
see, there he goes,
Not
and no.
Real tight racing there, side by side. Oh, I thought Edge was going to find that wall. Able to keep it off of it as they head into 3 and 4. Edge just pulls that car down in front of Haney. Nice job.
That was a great line, way to maximize his speed there. We got some pack racing going on back as we got the 2 and the 15 side by side. 2 gets onto the shoulder but keeps it together. 15 is able to kind of stretch that high line out.
Yeah, it definitely gave him some room. I mean, we're on the restart here. I think guys want to fan out a little bit. Let's put some laps down. But Allison's got his hands full. Skelton looks to make his way back up to the front again.
Yeah, I think all these fast guys, they want to be up front. They know that their cars are a little bit better in clean air. They don't have to stress over running side by side. Getting out front, it makes you a lot more comfortable. You kind of control your own destiny for sure.
Now again, in looking at Calvin's pit time, you see it there on the right-hand side. Only 8.3 seconds. So, you know, I don't know. I'm curious if he came in and took care of those lefts, as he's notoriously known for taking the rights and only 2. So maybe he's just setting himself for a little bit later on where he can capitalize on just taking the 2 rights.
Yeah, maybe. He's definitely working those tires over, just 2 and 2. But he has pit less than everybody else. Top 2 guys have pit 5 times. Calvin only pit 3 times.
We got a lot of cars a lap down after that last caution there, Mike. I'm only showing about six cars in the lead lap. Is that what you're showing?
Yes, sir. Top 6 cars are on the lead lap. Everyone is trapped 1 lap down.
One around.
Do not see a caution. Jonas is still on the track here, so I don't, maybe he got a little loose.
Yeah, he definitely got loose. I think he was just able to recover it. I went back and see if our cameras were able to catch that. They were not. So but, I think the viewers did see him get loose there. I'm glad he was able to recover it.
72, still out front. Keith Haney has definitely got the pressure on him, and Allison and James Skelton are looking to get around them as well. I'm pretty sure Calvin and James are probably the top 2 cars on the track speed-wise. Definitely have fast cars, and they're watching this play out in front of them as Keith Haney looks down on the inside.
I would agree, too, that you know, these guys are running hard, but you know, we've got a couple of sleepers back there that I feel like they're holding back. You know, one of them being Josh Buckley, the other one being John Fersham Jr. in that car, in the 15 car. Those guys are always fast, and you know, they know their way around the track.
72 gets loose, but looks like he caught it through the grass. Let's get it collected. It's on the shoulder, no caution.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at this. We're looking at Raymond Edge right now. 2, 3, and 4. And yeah, you're right. Just loose. I was surprised he actually caught that in the grass.
Yeah, that's tough to do. Tough to do. You're on the grass, you're on ice. Being able to get that car going forward again, it's definitely a challenge. Good job there, Raymond.
You know, Keith's probably happy about that, but maybe not, as he's got Allison pressuring him for first place.
Yeah, he drives it hard in there. Looks like Keith's going to fight back on the outside, though. Let's see if he gets a runoff. Doesn't. Allison tucks up high, and now they're running 1, 2, 3 here. He's definitely running that high line, and as James kind of uses it to get around on the inside, but you can see that that lower line kind of just stalls on exit. Whew.
And you got the 946 and Mark Ratcher in fourth, just kind of hanging out right behind these guys, watching this unfold. As you know, we got lap cars trying to get their lap back, trying to do it the hard way.
Yeah, Mark's got to the show. These guys running too wide, 2 rows too wide in front of him. But all lap cars in front of Mark there. And right now those lap cars are fighting to be the first car lap down. And right now I believe the 2 is the first car lap down.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I believe Josh Buckley is our first car lap down, followed by Mike King there. And you know, they are running back to back. Mike King right behind him. So any mistake by Josh, and Mike's gonna get that lap back. So.
Oh, I guarantee you, Mike's fully aware that you know, Josh is the car in front of him, and he's also fully aware that Don is the car behind him. So these 3 cars right now are fighting for position on their own lap. They're not fighting for that 4th position, but they all want to be in front of each other here in case the caution does come out. The trick is not to be the reason the caution does come out.
I would agree. We had somebody heading into pit road there, didn't we?
Yeah, it looks like there was someone on the shoulder there, black and red car. Didn't catch who it was. Might have been William Long.
Well, Long's still in the pits.
He's already in the pits. Yeah.
Just riding on board here with Calvin as he is taking, going into 3, just taking his time, taking it easy. Out of 4, just going to let the car roll up. Looks like we got some smoke there going into pit road.
Yeah, I did see that as well. Right now, you know, Kelvin is running 22.418. James Skelton 22.419. Those guys are pretty identical speed-wise.
But Kelvin's going to have to deal with probably some lap traffic in front of him here.
Yeah, Ricky Goodman is about to be put another lap down. We'll see how he handles it. As these guys just caught him like he was standing still here, so Ricky's got to keep his head on his shoulders here as they enter turn 3.
Yeah, I don't think Ricky wanted any of that. He was just going to stay high, let these guys go.
Yep.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but that Ricky Goodman is now the first car lap down?
I believe you are correct. But he's going to be put a lap down here. Oh, man. Pick a line, buddy. Josh is coming up to take that position right here.
Yeah, that's still close.
Oh!
And Ricky gets into Buckley. They both save it. Or not.
Well, that
not.
was
Oh no! Just calamity happens. This is bad.
we still don't have what is going on here?
Oh, and Mark.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
I'm not really
yeah.
sure what we just watched there, but it was not good. I think NAVSCAR might want to talk to the Ford car and his crew chief.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of drivers that are going to be coming into the booth.
Yeah, call to the hauler. Just checking out the replay here. What I don't get is how did he go back up into the 24 mark?
Yeah, I don't know if he was just flustered. But yeah, you got to learn how to keep your car together. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Don't like to see that.
Yeah, and I almost thought that they had it squared away, to be quite honest with you. Buckley's definitely got some damage on that vehicle. Abbott almost involved. Happens right in front of John Fisher Jr. I'm not sure if John got any damage on that. Let's go ahead and take it from his view. We definitely heard the car get hit. I don't know what kind of damage he's got, but one more time from the cockpit here.
I don't know if I can watch it anymore.
In the car with John Frisching Jr. Mark Lasher just gets into the side of him there. John into the grass, back out on the track. It looks like Mike Abbott and John Frisching Jr. are going to come in. You know, I don't know if they're coming in because they got damage or they want to be able to just get the car where they want it one last time. 39 laps to go. We're getting down into those closing laps. I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it now. Ain't that right, Mike?
Yeah, definitely. You definitely do. It's 38 laps to go. It's go time for sure.
Which is always concerning because things get a little bit more interesting. This is a shorter track. It's not a half mile or anything, but you know, these cars are driving a little bit different. This has the you know, it has short track tendencies, if you will, when it comes to maybe driver and car demeanor, if you will. I have seen in the past where drivers get a little frustrated with others especially when they think they're faster. So we'll see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I don't like seeing the 4 car at the front of the field the way it's damaged like that. I anticipate he's going to come down.
Yes, I would agree. I'm not really sure why he's still out there. But maybe he felt, oh, he's getting a lap back here. Staying on that lead lap, Ricky
Yeah,
Goodwin.
just getting that wave around, but the way that car looks right now,
Well, hopefully for him, he's got a quick repair.
can he come in? Can he come in after getting a wave around? Not sure.
I believe he can, but I'm not sure. It may be end of EOL.
Yeah, probably.
But we're watching him here. We're going to see if he actually comes in or not. I don't believe he has.
He did not come in.
So lights off on the pace cars. We get ready to go green.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out.
Calvin just really strong on those restarts, but you got to hand it to Keith Haney. Keith just really hanging in there, but he's got company with James Skeleton and crew coming behind him. You talked about it a little bit earlier there, Mike. You know, Keith really likes that higher line. He likes running just a little bit off, you know, where in 1 and 2, I think that you may think it gives him a little bit more advantage coming out of there and a little bit more speed.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think He definitely runs it high here, and then the next other side of the track, it looks like he runs it low. But James definitely gets that run off the corner, and now he's going to force for the position here.
Yeah, James is all over him and is able to capitalize on that by taking the position away. As ooh, looked like Keith may have just tapped that wall going into one a little bit high. And we're starting to see him space out here a little bit. Haney is really flirting with that wall.
Hey man, you got to use all the track.
Well, he is definitely doing it. Coming out of 4 there, I thought he was going to eat it. Let's see how he does on turn 4 this time around. A little bit lower.
Yeah, he's played it safe that time. Is it just me, or can you see the rubber building up finally on the track, looks like?
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a groove come in, I think in the corners there, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what happened to Kevin Cochran there, but, you know, we haven't talked about him all night long. He's running that 9 Farmers Chevrolet. Kevin currently in 7th, you know, still on the lead lap, so you got to hand it to him. He's been able to manhandle that machine and make it do what he wants to do. He just looked awfully low on that last time around. So let's take a look at his statistics here. You know, he ran a 23.348, which is definitely off the pace that last lap. Be nice to see him be able to put some consistent laps down, as he's got quite a few cars behind him coming.
Yeah, there are a couple cars behind him running 22s, 22.3, and almost everybody in front of him is running 22.2s. So he could have his hands full here in a bit. But that last lap was a little bit better. He did break the 2200s, as he's at a 22.98. So. Oh man, another incident involving Ricky Goodman brings out the caution, this time Keith Haney.
Yeah, that 4 looks pretty tore up. Let's see if we can go ahead and check out what happened there. Actually, it looks like Keith just got loose, and Goodman was just riding by himself up on the high side and just gets collected by it.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like that's probably the case. I don't know if Keith changed his line real quick and that upset the car, but he definitely just got loose there.
Well, that's right on board. You know, I think you're right, Mike. I think that might have had something to do with it. You know, watching Haney come out of 4 there, that car, you know, Goodman was obviously in a spot. Not that he shouldn't be there. It's just it was a car where he would normally come out of 4, and as a result, I think you know, he got loose. So.
Yeah, it looks like he might have tapped the apron. One thing I can say, you know, watching him enter turn 3 here. You know, I'll use this as an example, not to pick on Ricky, but on the Ricky's up high, entering the corner, and then he ducks down. He's in the low line, and then he drifts back up. So, you know, when you're a slow car, it's really important that you kind of hold your line. If you're going to enter a corner high, you got to stay high. Let the car come by you. You know, let them pick their lane and be able to know where you are. When you jump back and forth like that, the car behind you doesn't know where you're going to go. Then that resulted in Keith having to jump low and really low and possibly hitting that apron, and that just upset the car. So it's not like a direct fault of Rick, but you know, you got to remember that, you know, when you're not racing, when you're off the pace, you got to keep your line, keep high, and try and give everyone a fighting chance to get around you.
Yeah, I would agree. As we're just taking a look at Haney right now, he's definitely got that damage on the right-hand side. Looks like he may be bringing it in. I'm not really sure. He might want to get that damage checked out, but then again, it looks like he's going to stay out, as we can definitely tell he's got right front quarter panel damage, and
Yeah, that whole right side of the car is pretty tore up. Once again, Ricky Goodman is still on the track.
A Rockingham stripe there for Keith Haney. It might be a Goodman stripe too. We're not sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a Goodman stripe. I think he, I don't think he actually hit the wall.
It was just this awkward silence as we were just contemplating what had just been said.
I'm just looking over Rick's car and deciding if I want to park him. We'll see what happens here and what he decides to do.
You know, I can't really tell if he's running in fourth or not, but the engine doesn't exactly sound optimal. Of course, it doesn't sound bad either. It's kind of hard to tell. I think he may be just in fourth gear there, but I think he's going to go around. You know, normally, Mike, we see NAVSCAR call, you know, issue the black flag if a car cannot maintain speed out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I've already dropped down and told the Ford car what I expect from him right now, and you know he's just trying to get that wave around, but ultimately he's going to have to come in and get the car repaired, so he's going to just lose that wave around anyway. So he's going to be bringing it in.
I think he needs more than a wave around. I think he needs a new car. I'm just picking on Ricky, but you know that 4 car has been through a lot tonight. So
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag.
we're gonna ride with Mike Abbott on this restart, starting in the back, so we should be able to see all the action here.
We got 3 wide, 72, the 2, and the 24, not the 946, I should say.
Yeah, I definitely see the 3 wide
Whew.
happening there.
A little bit of rub in there between the 946 and the 72. That's some pretty hard racing there. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that's 5 puppies under a blanket right there.
Yeah.
It's getting a little crazy. Ooh, Keith Haney looks a little bit slow there as everybody goes around him.
Yeah, Keith does have that damage. That's gonna, obviously we can see that what kind of effect it had on the car.
And Kelvin likes what he's seeing. He's able to just check out a little bit.
.946 goes down underneath the 2. Real nice race in there. 2 lets him in.
Yeah, Bratcher is on a mission here. I'm just gotta say I'm really impressed. This guy not taking any prisoners and he's moving his way to the front. He's currently seated in 3rd. Gonna take a look at James Skelton.
Yeah, and he just drives underneath him there too. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed coming out of there. Let's get some in-car metrics here. Wow, that was actually really impressive. I mean, he not only went underneath him, but he carried that speed and, you know, so much more than James Skelton on that.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely had that speed. But James, now that he's behind him,
I'm not sure where Kelvin went to there.
Kelvin, did he get loose?
He got something as he falls out of first. I don't, you know. Kelvin's been known to text and drive. Really hope that wasn't the incident there, but
Trying to take a look and see what happened here. Oh yeah, he got loose out of 4.
946 to the lead. Mark Bratcher, look at that. 17 laps to go, too.
Yeah, he's in a good position right now if he can just keep these guys behind him. But they're going to be racing pretty hard. You know, James and Kelvin, like we said all day, they're quick. Oh, looks like he's getting a little upset there too. James racing hard on the inside.
Looks like they might be catching John Frisching Jr. here coming up in. He's still.
Yeah, about a half a turn ahead of him there.
Frisching Jr. being the last car on the lead lap right now, so some pretty intense action going up on their P1 and P2. And you know what's going to be crazy, Mike? As soon as Skeleton makes a move, Allison is going to be there to capitalize on whatever it is.
You're absolutely right, Kelvin. You know, I'm sure he's eating himself up for handing those two positions to those guys, but you know, he's just waiting for these guys to race a little bit harder and maybe upset their own lines, and he can just jump around them here too. So, anyone's race here with 14 to go. And Ricky Goodman, once again, in front of all the action here.
On the high line into the wall, we see him go, able to maintain it. He's got Josh Buckley behind him now. See how he does in 1 and 2. Goes to the high line, almost into the wall. But you know, running that high line, that's where those guys are coming out of the corner, so it just makes it interesting.
We got some smoke. Guy blowing up. Looked like Nate LaFleur there. Lost an engine.
Yeah, definitely not a night for LaFleur. Got caught up in that first incident, so I don't know if he used a quick repair, but if he didn't, he may be done for this evening.
James got a really good run off the corner. He does have a nose, but he lets him go. I know that he's going to get a good run here.
As the 28 pulls up close.
And the 946 likes to cut that corner and close that door going into the corner, and James is really aware of that.
As Allison looks underneath and takes the second position away.
Allison says, if you can't do it, I'm going to take a shot at him right here.
Ooh, Allison hard into 3. Lets the car drift up a little bit higher than normal on the track. Maybe able to capitalize on that.
Oh, hits the apron, gets a little loose. James is right on the on his bumper there, but he's careful not to spin him out.
Yeah, that was real close. We got 9 to go. Who's going to be in? Who's going to be out, Mike?
Man, I don't think any of these 3 are going to finish the race the way these guys are racing. Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
oh man,
that's tight.
Once again, that second place car loses that line. Oh, these guys are going to rub.
That was close. We seen smoke. I don't know if that's going to cause damage on the car for either one of the 86 or 28, but that may be exactly what Mark Latcher needed to go ahead and maintain that lead.
Yeah, for sure. That's what he wants to see. He wants to see these cars fight behind him. But he's got a lap car he's got to deal with now. We'll see. This could be big right here.
And Chris Sharp gets out of the way. And
yeah, he just stays up high. These guys go by like he's not there. So we're going to get back at it. It's 7 to go. 28 dives underneath. He wants another shot here. James is going to try a crossover, possibly. It's a good run, but not quite.
Yeah, good run, but didn't quite make it there. Allison really drove it into 3. He's able to keep the speed coming out of 4. Brasher is just capitalizing. You know,
the way this is going, man, I don't think they're going to have enough to get around him. It's going to be a challenge here.
Yeah, 5 to go. It's going to get interesting. I almost don't think they have anything for him. You know, Brasher's really got to screw up his line or get loose or just do something a little bit different. But he's been running some really consistent laps. You gotta love seeing this.
Yeah, for sure. It's really entertaining. But you know, they could very well be quicker. But it's one thing to be quicker and it's one thing to pass. It's you can be faster than the car ahead of you, but you still got to get around them.
On board with Calvin Allison as he pulls real close to the 24. Or I'm sorry, the 946 Black Bratcher. It's he is there.
For sure, he's definitely got that entrance line a little bit better, but again, if there's no line to get underneath him, and that car's going to push up as he drifts high here to get some speed.
Working him over. And if you're Brasher, are you looking out at the front of the car or the rear of the car?
No, you're looking in your rear view mirror right now. But he's going to make him pass him. You can see Brasher's not giving him a lane, and that's going to frustrate Kelvin at some point. But with 2 to go, man, this got to make it happen here.
Ooh,
Oh,
into
Kevin in the wall.
That's it. I don't think
That's
he's got
going to
it,
seal the deal now. This is the final lap.
Yeah, and Calvin looks like he hits the wall again coming out of 4.
Does secure second place though. He does just sneak on by James there for second, and James finishes third. Buckley was able to salvage a 4th place finish. Raymond Edge in 5th, Keith Haney in 6th, Nelson Rivera 7th, Brian Wynn 8th, Kevin Cochran rounding out the top 10. Oh, it looks like something might have changed there. But hey, man, that was an entertaining last couple laps for sure. Those top 3 guys, that was some hard racing.
Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. I'm not really sure why it changed there, but we'll have to take a look into that we know Mark Brasher is our winner this evening, so congratulations to him.
Yeah, he's burning it up right now. Let's see if we can get him down here. I'll just drop down real quick and give him a warning. All right, Mark, man, congratulations. Welcome to the league, man. That was a crazy race. Hey, you had your ups, your downs. You were involved in a couple incidents that I think you got collected in. But holy crap, that last 15 laps, man, that was some exciting stuff. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, that was pretty intense there at the end. But all throughout the race, we this is our first time here, and we got caught up with the 2 lap down cars that got together, and the Ford tried to just do his thing and get through it, and we were still loose, and he caught us, and was able to get the car fixed. So everybody on the crew did a real good job getting the car fixed for us, and them last 15 laps was, man, that was a shootout, and my spotter was screaming and hollering, and those guys, man, they were really fast. They were really putting the pressure on me there, and they had me out of 2, and so I really had to block them out of 2 and stop the run, and I felt comfortable out of 4, and just really happy to bring this thing in, my first race here with these guys, and to come out with a win. It's pretty big.
Yeah, this is Jamie in the booth. That was some impressive driving. I mean, we were talking about it all broadcast long. We're like, who is this guy and where'd he come from? I mean, some really impressive laps there. We were talking about it at the end where, Calvin was really putting the pressure on there, but, and James was putting the pressure on as well, but you kept taking that line away, and they didn't have anything with you or for you, but they drove you clean.
Yeah, I was really ecstatic about that. I was really, I was waiting for, a bump and run out of 2. I couldn't get the run they were getting. My spotter was telling me, where they were faster and how they were getting off the corner, and I tried to change my line. And, sometimes you just got to move your race line to their line, and once you take that away from them, it's pretty much your win, and they've got to, you either got to mess up or they got to move you, and the guys raced me clean. And I really thought those guys were the class of the field tonight, so we were just able to get a good set of tires and run this thing. It was great.
Well, next week we head off to Chicagoland, man. What are your feelings about that track?
Where is it next week?
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland? Oh, I'm really good. Our mile and a half program is really good, and pretty excited about that track. So all the guys at Peach State Racing, we work really hard on driving these cars, and the setups, the lines, and we spend a lot of time running laps. So we had a lot of success in Chicagoland throughout the year, probably in the just the iRacing series, probably about 30 wins. So we should have a pretty fast hot rod for Chicago.
Well, congratulations on the race, man, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, I got to ask him one quick question though.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Does Toyota know, or I'm sorry, does Chevrolet know that you got that Jeff Gordon paint scheme on a Toyota?
Yeah, we made sure we kept the Toyota emblems bright and pretty out there. And this is just a tribute scheme to Jeff Gordon for what he's the reason that we're one of the reasons I'm here. So I've just been a Jeff Gordon fan my whole life, and so this week I decided to throw a Jeff Gordon scheme on with just a little thank you tribute. So in all honesty, I guess I just want to dedicate this win to Jeff for everything he does, and thank all my teammates, Bill, Bob, and Chad, and all the guys at Peach State Racing, Glenn, that we all work really hard. And my spotter, Bill, up on the top, he did a fantastic job tonight, so I'm really glad to have him on board. And just want to thank everybody, man. We had a fast hot rod tonight.
Hey, that's
Cool.
awesome.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week, man.
Thank y'all.
All right, let's get second place, Calvin Nelson. Let's get him down here. Second place finish, man. That last 15 laps looked like a lot of fun out there. Can you tell us about your race?
Yeah, it was a good race. I really enjoyed running here for the last race ever at the Rock in the NAVSCAR Racing Series.
Yeah, we won't be back here next year, but it was fun seeing you guys out there. Hey, you know, you got a little bit of loose off of 4 there and kind of gave that lead away. What was going through your head after that?
Anger
Yeah, I figured as much.
Just pure anger. I
at
don't blame
myself. I mean, I finally found a place where it didn't feel like it was as bumpy, and it was right on the apron, and I just flirted with disaster, and Mark and James took advantage of it at the end.
Pretty close finish, though. You were able to secure that second place. I know, James was taking a shot at it, and then you looked like you wanted to get in there and take a shot at it. Mark just, when he ran his line, I don't think anybody was going to get around him unless you bumped and run him.
Yeah, and there was no point in that for me. I was just out there really tonight to try to help my teammates make it to the chase, so it'll be interesting to see if anybody else made it in there.
Yeah, well, good deal. We got Chicagoland coming up. Thoughts going into the chase. Only 4 races. It's a short chase period, but you got the crew ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, my chase will basically be 3 races, so I'm be helping Raymond or Brent. I'm sure one of them made it in, so that's my goal, is to help one of them win the championship.
Well, hey, that's some teammates there. That's what teammates are for. So good showing tonight, and definitely look forward to seeing you next week.
Hey, thank you guys.
All right, let's bring in our third place finisher. Where is he at? All right, third place, James Skelton. Congratulations on keeping that top 3. It looked like that last 15 laps was a lot of fun. Tell us about it. You muted there, buddy? I think you're muted.
I got a copy?
There, we got you now.
Alright, my bad. No, yeah, so that was a lot of fun at the end of the last 15 laps of there, but I think if I could have got around Mark, I could have pulled away. I was definitely faster than him coming out of 2, but just couldn't get a good enough run, and I don't want to use the bump or anything, so, but hey, that was so much fun racing with Calvin and Mark at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say you and I think you and Calvin were pretty close. You were 1-2, if not 2-3, when it comes to speed on the track. You guys were definitely quick. You were my pick tonight, and you did well. I don't think you guys were getting around him without pushing him out of the way. Just even though you were quicker, it's one thing to be faster. It's hard to pass these guys, especially when they take your preferred line away. And he did a pretty good job of doing that. So, but it looked like a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, it definitely was. 3 and 4, we were pretty even. I think all 3 of us were pretty even through 3 and 4, and then I could hold it down through 1 and 2, I think, better than both of them, and I can get a good run off, but I just couldn't get enough, and I was just a little too tentative going into 3, so I got on the brake just a little bit too much. So, but hey, I think hopefully we put on a good show for y'all at the end, so that was a ton of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And we heard from Mark right away after the race, and he was pretty ecstatic about obviously about winning. But he made mention of something that I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if you caught on to it, Mike, there too. But he was talking about 30 wins at Chicago under a normal iRacing series for him and his team, and he's looking really forward to Chicagoland next week. So this he was like, where did this Mark guy come from? And he came to play. So thoughts going into next week at Chicagoland?
Yes, first race of the chase, so I definitely made I was too aggressive last year and got myself in trouble. I think all of us, even John who won it last year, I I think he had one bad race, so I'm going after consistency. If I can get a W, I'll take it. But top 5, top 3, I think that can just really help going into the chase here.
Well, good deal. Well, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish tonight. I mean, it was really close, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Most definitely, guys. Once again, thanks again for everything.
And again, we mentioned your name earlier too for the donation. So really appreciate you doing that, and good looking out for the league there.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll do so much work, so anything I can do to help out with the broadcast, it's a ton of fun to watch, and probably tonight before I go to bed, I'll watch the broadcast. So thanks again, guys.
Yeah, we always, hey, we enjoy it. We wouldn't do it if we didn't. So looking forward to seeing you next week and seeing what you guys can do at Chicagoland.
All right, 10-4.
All right, well, that ends another race, man. That was a pretty crazy one all around. I think we had a little bit of everything. We had some drama, we had some good racing, and we had a pretty good finish there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just call it out one more time. Sim Racing Setup Analyzer. We've got to really hand it to him for coming on board. We'd like to actually see him come on board for some more races in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to getting those keys out to the winners, and I'm excited to having them maybe sponsor a race or two next season as well. Check them out for sure. They have a great product, and if you have something to say about that product, let us know. We'll pass it on to those guys. So again, we appreciate them coming out, and looking forward to next week. We'll get the chase standings finalized, and I'll get them posted onto the website or on Facebook. Hopefully either tonight or early tomorrow. But looking forward to getting that chase started next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just bringing up the chase grid. You got this fancy chase grid, and we're gonna see them get fewer and fewer. I would say. Wouldn't you agree, Mike? I mean, it's so close that drivers are going to be eliminated after every single race. Is that
no? We're not eliminating this season. Next season we will do a full chase, just like NASCAR, and we'll have elimination rounds. But this one we're going to just have 4 rounds. We're going to show each round. We'll update the point standings, and that's what each box will represent. So we'll update after every race what the point standings are, but we are not going to eliminate anybody in this chase.
Well, that's kind of a bummer. I was really hoping for Keselowski, Matt Kenseth incident, or Joey Logano Kenseth. There's a reoccurring theme there.
I'm sure we'll have those anyways.
Yes, that is probably true. So, John Furshing Jr., I don't know, the points haven't been updated yet, and I'm going on a little bit longer in the broadcast here, but, it's one of those things, we haven't talked about it a lot during the season. We talked about it at the beginning, but John Furshing Jr. is our defending series champion right now, and I'm putting money that he's in the chase. So, it'd be
he's got to win. He's in the chase for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to see him go back to back. You gotta love that. But some of these other guys are going to want to get their hat in the name in the ring too. So,
yeah, we can tell you the top 5 right now. We've got a couple drivers that are guaranteed. We have Calvin with 2 wins. He's going to be in the chase. We've got Nate LaFleur with 2 wins. He's in the chase. John Furshing and Trent Potter in the chase as well. And we are, I believe, going to make a provisional for Keith Haney, who has a race win. He has not completed his minimum participation requirements because he wasn't in the league for the first half, but since being back to the league, he has raced every single race, and he finished in the top 20 in points. So I think we are going to add a 13th chase driver to make sure he gets into the race as well. Mark Bratcher, unfortunately, only racing 1. He will not be into the chase, but I'm sure he's going to show up and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's kind of like the Kyle Busch deal, with Keith Haney. If people are kind of wondering, why is there an exception all of a sudden? But that was the decision that NAVSCAR made, and we've seen something similar in real life with NASCAR doing what they did, and we felt that it was appropriate. So, not that needed explanation, but I thought I'd give it just in case.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Mike.
Yep.
Points are updated.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on the other points yet because I want to go through it. I don't want to make a mistake and announce somebody who wasn't announced, but I am looking at the points. I think we've got a pretty good a picture of what the chase is going to be. And like I said, check our website, NAVSCAR.com, or our Facebook page, and we'll have that chase graphic posted there soon.
All right. Well, with that being said, that does it for this evening, and we'll catch you all next time. Thanks for joining us.